It's time for another episode of The Real Crimes of Kurri Kurri. When court sat here at Kurri Local Court on the 11th of March 2025, many of the defendants didn't show up. There were a lot of no-shows. I reckon showing up is in your best interests because depending on the circumstances, the court has the power to proceed in your absence in the interests of justice. So if you're not there, who's going to talk about your interests? Also, a lot of these no-shows had elected to have the court deal with the matter, meaning they were like fine-only offences. Please tell me the person didn't say the classic, "I'll see you in court." Because here at Kurri, the court shows up to see you in court. The court isn't bluffing. They will see you if you want. So not showing up, I think, annoys the court, which is never a great legal strategy in my opinion. And as we have seen before, there's deals to be done here. However, you have to show up to do the deal with a magistrate. So here's a couple of cases where there were no-shows. The pregnant lady who asked for an adjournment in February didn't show up, but had emailed the court. She is even more pregnant now, and in my opinion, that's why the court showed keenness to finish the case back in February. But no, the woman wanted an adjournment. She is charged with driving disqualified and giving a false name or address. The magistrate explains their unhappiness about the court being placed in this situation and declines her request for another adjournment. The case proceeds without the defendant where the offence is proven. They acknowledge a need for a licence, being that she's very pregnant, etc. However, upholds the licence suspension. In my opinion, I reckon telling your side of the story back in February may have resulted in a different outcome. I think there were possibilities to reduce the suspension. However, you have to turn up. Next case is an intimidation charge where it sounds like the defendant is asking to vary AVO conditions. However, it's unclear what they're seeking. And because the person hasn't shown up, there's no one here to explain what the variation is about. The magistrate adjourns the case for 2 weeks and leaves the existing AVO conditions in place. The next case is a woman who has been charged with a fray. A fray means fighting or brawling in public. Yes, the court officers repeatedly yell outside these defendants' names for all of Kurri to hear. The court hears that this is the 5th time this case has come before the local court. It's explained the case has been bouncing around. It's gone from Toronto local court to Maitland, back to Toronto, and now it's at Kurri. I have no idea where the affray happened and why the case is bouncing around the local court. Anyways, this affray woman has another case listed at Maitland local court the next day. I noticed the Kurri case gets added to the Maitland court list. However, it's also listed back here at Kurri later in March. I would say if your case is bouncing around, I think it's worthwhile following that bouncing case. The court has particular powers and it may one day stop bouncing in your absence, meaning you could be sentenced without getting to tell the court your side of the story.